We're on a new live stream.
I'm trying to open it. Oh dear. There's one person here. It's me. Oh dear. Our internet just gave up on life.
The Outback internet.
That's not helpful, internet people. How do we get people to come back?
Liz.
Oh, there we go. Yay!
Just the internet just dropped out.
Yeah, the internet just pretended like it never existed and everything just
Poofed.
Poofed. Thank you for coming back and finding us again. When it dropped out, it ended our stream, and so we couldn't come back to it when it reconnected. Hi, Michelle. Sorry. All right, mister. You can stand up for me. Up, 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 up. Good boy. Get inside these ladies. It was cactus.
Yeah. These ones coming back are our real loyal fans.
You guys love us, thank you. Honey's
They
back,
love us.
thank you. Thought we'd be back, yes, definitely. We'll always try and get back. I don't know what happened. The internet just completely dropped out.
So do we just start again? Do I do the 10-minute countdown again or what?
Please don't.
Oh,
It just all stops.
well, you can watch part 1 later.
Yes. Oh dear.
It just ends abruptly.
So never work with animals, children and Australian internet service providers.
Actually, what I want to see is your final face
It's probably like...
on the last frame. That would be...
I don't suppose it would be a very good
But anyway,
face.
what was I talking about? I can't remember.
I don't know. That was like an hour ago, man.
Did you fix it?
Yep, we're up and running, buddy.
Oh, okay.
Don't ever touch it, alright? Make sure you don't touch
Yeah, I
that
didn't.
modem.
Careful, mate. I don't want to put any pressure on your lumpy bump. Just, what are you doing? You better stay there for me so I can get in here.
Oh, hang on. Okay, the other camera up here. Yeah, so it was made even worse when the phones
Awesome.
when the phones disconnected. They also disconnected from the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Hang on, where did we go? Kathy said she got notified that we were back on, which is fantastic to know. And Honey said it's the same everywhere. Yeah, internet service providers, right? You get what you get,
But
you don't
that's
get
the-
upset.
That's the first time we've had a disaster.
It is. We've done pretty well so far, considering we live in the middle of nowhere. Like, if somebody so much as bumps into a telephone pole, the lines go down.
The technical team here is like top notch.
There is no technical... Oh, you, the technical team?
Yes, and we
I was
got
gonna
back up
say.
and running very swiftly.
When there's...
I don't think it was that long.
No, it wasn't too long. When there's issues with the telecommunications in our region, it takes 4 hours for somebody to come into the area to address it and deal with it, and even longer to get workers in. Same with the power.
With the electricity.
Same with the power. There's nobody local that can fix that stuff. They get I have to say with the power, they just helicopter them in, so they do get here a lot faster.
So it was a Tuesday night once, or Tuesday afternoon,
Yeah.
when we lost all power, right?
Yes.
And then, so it was late at night, and they finally put the power back on again. And there were places throughout the Riverland where we live that just still didn't have power for like the next week.
Yeah, it was a long time.
But we're on the hospital network, so they made every
Yes.
effort they could to.
Yes,
To get the
the
power
hospital
back
and emergency room are just around the corner from us, and we're on the same power grid as them. So we're very fortunate that ours is the first to be connected in an outage. Very fortunate there. Oh.
Now I've got to try and find the live stream. I'm not logged in yet.
Oh, you're not logged in? What a
No.
slacker. You're not even supporting me.
Part 2.
Somebody said that it was a good chat too. It was an awesome chat.
I don't know what was. We
We're
were talking about
We were talking nerd
killing
stories.
husbands and stuff like that.
It was a brilliant chat. I loved it. So I did carry on grooming this fellow.
There's 25
hopefully you can
people
tell.
watching.
Hopefully you can tell. 27.
25.
We had 78 before it cut out. I'm so sad. Come back. So I use my 10 blade around his little lumpy lump and underarm on that side because the hair gets really matted in there between grooms. So we just take it right back to avoid that from happening and try and prevent it.
Honeybee says, I live in rural area and I work from home. Something happened with the internet mid-February and I've been going next door to work at my sister's since then. The tech guys are coming out tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Wow. That would drive me nuts. I'd be in conniptions. I'd be a Karen on the phone. Sorry, Karen. A Karen with an EN though.
Yeah, not Karin. Is it Karin? Karin?
Oh, it could be Corinne. Am I saying it wrong? Sorry, I do that.
Karin. Well, that's my fault because I've been reading it that way since the beginning.
Yeah, that's right. You've inserted that knowledge into my head. Just enough to watch YouTube with a little buffering.
27.
Yeah, it would be super hard to work with a poor internet connection. The pupper is so calm. He is such a good boy. Would you believe when he opened the door, Dad opened the door, and Apollo looked in the door, and I said hello to him, and he turned around and walked back out again.
Tried to walk away.
And he made a big deal, and Dad was like, oh, he doesn't want to be here.
He loves it here though. Look at him. He's so happy.
Well, I mean...
He's got a big smile on his face. Or is that just
He's just
the jaw,
painting away.
the jaw that comes out forward a little bit?
Maybe. No. I mean, I can't tell, obviously, because I don't speak dog, and they don't, like, tell me exactly what they think about being groomed.
There's 2 cameras and your head's in both of them.
Yay, go my head. But I think most dogs will not all dogs. I've got some dogs that literally drag the owners down the driveway and they start screaming in the car before they even get around the corner.
Oh, of excitement or just
No,
like...
excitement. Like they are so excited to be here.
Yeah.
I've got a couple like that. Lady's one of them. Yep. But I think a lot of dogs do that turn around like a nope.
No, because I think
but
it's the vet.
they don't hate being groomed. I think they just want to be somewhere else.
Yeah, it's kind of boring for a dog.
Right? They're just standing here, getting shoved around in circles,
I wouldn't do it.
poked and prodded. Give me this. Yeah, there we
I wouldn't do it at all.
go. What? Stand around for 2 hours being groomed?
Get groomed.
I mean, I could go faster. That's for sure.
You're getting distracted by all of the chitter chatter. Are we still on though?
Yeah, we're on. I could go faster, but I'm happy just being happy.
We hadn't finished all of our Australian topics yet.
A part of why I moved to looking for self-employment options was because I was sick of being under pressure all the time. So of course, starting my own business, I wouldn't go and put myself straight back into being under pressure all the time. Because that would just not be, that would be very counterproductive. Now, with any Maltese dog, you tend to see all these funny shaped legs, more so in poorly bred Maltese and Shih Tzus.
Hello, Julia.
And
Julia Scarvo just
real
says
pesky
hello.
for grooming. Hi, Julia. Yeah, honey, I would call too and have you bill adjusted.
Oh, Karen Love My Rats isn't here anymore. She was lost on the last live stream.
No.
She was
Fatality.
taken out by the internet.
I'm sorry, Karen. Come back.
31.
Come back.
So how good's that We've Got Mail game? That's a good one, isn't it?
I love it. I think it's fun.
So many
Very
people
creative.
commented though.
Yes. Wombat, truck, cat, trolley, cat meow. I think I asked if it was the cat meow too, actually, when I was
Yeah, but
looking
you're
at
not
it.
allowed to. I've shown you.
Oh no, I
the
mean
video.
when I looked at it
Oh, right. Okay.
prior, like
yeah.
the first, when you were showing it to
Yeah,
me.
that makes sense.
So yes, when you've got all these bendy legs, the clippers just do not get in there and get all the hairs out. You do have to scissor and use the comb to pull them all out to try and get a nice shape.
Okay, I didn't know that.
What?
Number 17.
Yes?
I've got to scroll down. Australia's capital city, Canberra, meant women's cleavage in Aborigine.
Okay.
And it was named that because the city is cradled between two mountains. What the hell?
Okay, I would like to fact check that, but it's an interesting fact.
It can't be true.
There are many Aboriginal languages, and they're very interesting. And I wish that that was something that was passed on to me. But I, growing up, was not a part of any Aboriginal history or education. But our kids now get a lot of education, and they're a part of groups at school that continue to pass on information and traditions and things like that to them. So I think that's just so awesome.
Number 18, you can read yourself. I'm not going to read that one.
Why?
Just not going to.
My screen's not big enough. Okay.
No.
No, that's alright. You can move on if you need to.
So, this one's about AFL. Australian rules football. Do you watch AFL?
I don't watch. No.
No, me neither. Because our TV doesn't work, so...
Yes, that's true. The only footy I watch is the State of Origin, Queensland versus New South Wales.
So, Australian AFL rules football was invented to keep cricketers fit in the off-season. There are claims that the game may have been influenced by Indigenous Australians.
Okay. Well, yeah, some amazing
Well,
footy
obviously.
players are Indigenous Australians.
The kids play footy, and they've got
They play AFL.
a number of Indigenous players. And
I
they're-
played
they're actually really cool.
touch footy, but rugby league
Yeah.
in high school.
Yeah.
And I got absolutely smashed so many times for a game of touch footy, a girls' game. I got absolutely hammered multiple times.
So the world's largest rock is not actually Uluru. It's Mount Augustus in Western Australia. Oh, there are bigger rocks than that. That's ridiculous. The whole world is rock.
That's right. Australia's a rock. I said it before. Australia's an island. Now
Australia's
I'm
a
changing.
big floating rock.
What about Tasmania? That's a rock.
It's just look. Okay, here's a picture. They put a picture up of Mount Augustus.
Yeah.
It's just a mountain.
It's a rock.
So what?
Oh, you scared me, mister. I thought you were
Let's
gonna
go to
walk the same
Australia
way.
and have a look at rocks.
Yeah.
What,
Hey,
big
some
ones and little ones?
I like rocks.
Ones shaped like coconuts?
No, just specifically diamonds.
Why?
I'll take amethyst because that's my birthstone and it's purple. And
Okay, well the opals and things like that, that's...
opals are beautiful.
now we're talking, that's the good stuff.
See, those are rocks.
Yeah, but they're not really though.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Opals are opals.
Yeah, which is a type of rock.
It's
This
not.
is like saying that the argument of cats and tigers.
Opals are not rocks.
This is the cats and tigers. A tiger's a cat. Is a tiger a cat? You gotta find that video of Amber saying no.
So Jordan said throwing boomerangs is fun.
Yes.
His Indigenous teacher is named Shane.
Yeah. And they have a boys group and a girls group, and I really like that because the history is not separate, but it's different for boys than it is for girls, and I really like that they get the opportunity to do different things.
Well, the boys go hunting rabbits and things like that.
Yes.
And then the girls cook.
They do a lot of cooking. They do some gathering type things, but cooking, yes.
So real traditional stuff, you know.
Yeah, I love it. I wish I got to be a part of that when I was a kid.
There are 60 different wine regions in Australia.
Most of them would be in South
we live
Australia.
in Barossa. We live near Barossa Valley, which
We
is
live in wine country.
yeah, we do.
Half the population of our town would be
Really?
winemakers.
Wow,
Or
Australians
working
must
in-
be permanently drunk,
Yes.
and we need
love
all the
it.
wine to fill the goon bags up.
That's right. Interestingly, I don't drink wine at all.
I do. I love wine.
I've had a few Yahoo nights with a few bottles of pink Moscato
Yeah, that's
that
like
got
the
out of hand.
last resort for you. After there's no more vodka.
When the vodka runs out.
So there's
That
around
is so
1.3 billion litres of wine produced in Australia every year.
Yep.
Wow. So wine turns to wee, gets flushed down the toilet, or on the bushes or wherever you happen to be,
Yes.
evaporates, become clouds. It rains back down into the grape fields, grows into grapes. They crush it up, becomes wine.
It is a cycle.
It is a cycle.
And we've nailed it.
There was
We've got it
something
down
about air particles, oxygen. The same oxygen particles have been breathed by at least 3 different people throughout history.
Okay.
Something like that.
pat. That's interesting.
There was something like that. Some scientist thought that one up. Like over obviously generations and
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Whatever.
gotcha. You're good, bro. Move on.
But maybe that fact was just completely made up. But I don't know. Maybe I just made it up. But it sounds good, doesn't it?
So we're going to go back to the comments now.
Okay, back to the comments. What? Do you have a comment in the comments?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Okay, Jennifer Rikes says, hello, when did you decide to be a dog groomer?
Yeah. So.
That TV show you were watching.
Yes. What was it called? Oh no. What was it called?
Something Pets, something.
It was with that comedian lady.
Oh, she's not Canadian, she's Australian.
Comedian.
Oh,
What's her name? Rebel Wilson.
Rebel Wilson.
She had a pet grooming show on TV
What's it
where
called?
competitive dog groomers would go in and groom a dog to a specific style or whatever, and then
Now
be
I have to
judged,
look it up.
and people would get eliminated.
I'm Googling now.
I can't remember what it was called. Anyway, it was a super cute little show. And we were watching that, and as Dale said, our TV's antenna is broken, so we're not connected to like free-to-air TV. But I was looking for something just to put on in the background while we were eating dinner on the telly, and that was on my little app that I can stream to the TV.
Pooch Perfect.
Pooch Perfect, that's it. So we put that on, Pooch Perfect, and we were watching it each night for a few weeks, I reckon. We would put an episode on, and I just loved it. And I was unhappy in my employment, and there's not many opportunities for employment here where we live. I just was not happy. I was working really hard and super dedicated to my job, but there was no room for progression. So even if I got better, like in the data for showing my successes in my role, I was all the way there. There was nowhere to go in my role, and there was no progression into a new role available. So I kind of just felt done with it, if that makes sense. The only steps to do then was to go backwards and do something else, which wasn't.
And then you were just sitting there watching television.
Interesting
I'm going
to
to be
me.
a dog groomer.
Yeah, I did. I said the F word. I said, F it. I'm going to quit my job and become a dog groomer. And then I started researching it, and yeah, that's what I did. I became a dog groomer and I quit my job. I did keep my job. I did move out of the role that I was in into a which camera are we looking at? A cash register, cashier, and night fill person, and just occasionally step into different roles as needed. I stayed on casual and kind of just took hours as I needed them. And then, yeah, eventually, after 2.5 years, I quit that job. Oh my goodness, I can't open my drawer. Sorry guys, I need to move this. Let's put it in front of my drawer. It's definitely not been easy. But I'm a person that, like, I will always be employed and earn money and pay my way and all that sort of stuff. That's something that is important to me and something that I value. Contributing to my family and things like that financially. So even when I'm unhappy in the work that I'm doing, I won't quit that job until there's something else already lined up. So with the dog grooming, it was something that I just had to make it work. So I had to work. Oh my goodness, mister! I had to work really hard. Did that pull, or was it just something that made you a bit nervous? Okay, let me have a look. You got some knots and tangles there. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I did have to work really hard to learn how to do this job and get good at it really quickly. I didn't have a choice, so yes. Now, is my chat working? Oh no, there we go. Wine. I can't drink it. Sulfate intolerance.
How good is it having that tablet there?
It's good, except I wasn't moving the comments. And poor Arlo here. I just was brushing out his tail. Apollo, sorry. Yeah, I knew that was wrong.
How come I know the dog's name and you don't?
Oh, because I was brushing out his tail, and I don't know what happened, but it gave him either discomfort, or it scared him, or maybe I tickled his booty hole. I don't know, but he just suddenly flung around. I don't see anything there, so it must have just been these little tangles that I was pulling on.
You're back up to 35 people.
35?
35 of the world's best people.
Yes, we love you guys.
Forget those other people from the first live
Did
stream,
Autumn make her way back?
No.
Oh, we've got no moderator. Whoopsie daisies. Things like dropping out, we can't really control that.
Neither did Barbie.
It's just bad luck. Alright, here we go. Did we get that out?
Honey 420's here, she adores me.
She does. You've got such a fan club. We're just gonna, I think underneath there he's just super sensitive, so I'm just gonna zip those last little close to the booty tangles off underneath. Can you, is the second camera, is this camera on? Yeah, it is, okay. It's just tangled there, but because it's so close and he literally just farted.
No way.
I lifted his tail up and he did a little squelch.
What do you think when...
Okay.
It's
It's all kind of connected and very sensitive, so... and despite the fact that I did give his booty a good wash, he's got some poop stuck in there still. So.
Yeah, CV's one of my favourites too.
I
They're all
think
my
they're all
favourites.
I was going to say, they're all your favourites.
All 37 of you.
Just very carefully give that a clean
All
up.
36, all 37 of you.
I can say the last time that I wiped his bum with a nappy wipe, he did also fling around at me. So I will try and give it a wipe, but we'll just see how we go. You're sensitive about your little booty boot.
I'm choking on the hair that you blew in my face this morning.
Okay, so when I was first blow drying Alice after I bathed her this morning, as you guys saw, she does not love the blow dryer, and she knocked it out of my hands, the nozzle, and it just went woo, 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 and hair just went poof. And poor Dale was inconvenienced by a fluke of hair in his face.
Right into my face, the whole lot.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think you are. When you say "sa," that's not really like sorry.
Yuck, oh buddy, you need to keep your butthole clean. That's what your tongue's for.
Is this camera working?
Oh, Dale, what is wrong with you?
Oh, it wasn't working at the time. I have to do that again. Oh, yes, it was.
Whole new meaning to floof? Yeah, it just went floof.
Like directly into my face while
Yeah.
I'm setting equipment up.
Do you know where I think it came from? I can't look at the lights while they're turned on because it gives me a migraine because I am photophobic. But I think when the hose went wee wee wee, I think there must have been hair sitting on the very top of the light fitting.
But it went into my face. It was on the table.
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
down
on the
here on the
table,
ground.
but there was more hair than there should have been, and I think that it's sitting inside the light fittings, and it all just.
We need to
went
get the maintenance crew onto that.
Yes, I think you need to pull them apart and clean inside of them. Because hair does go literally everywhere.
There's man in
He looks
maintenance.
embarrassed. He did do a total 2 when I lifted his tail up.
40 of my most favourite people.
42 on my screen.
42?
I am one of them, so that means I'm one of your favourite people.
But you're watching, I think it's included in the numbers.
Yeah, that's what I said. So I'm one of your favourite people. See?
So. Oh, well, isn't this one ironic?
Are you going to know the
Okay.
fact? Yes.
Number 25. Australia ranks 56 in the world in terms of broadband speed.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
I believe that.
It
And
makes live streams drop out.
yes, and I believe we pay some of the highest prices as well for internet.
We're number 7 on the mobile speed though.
Okay. reception's still crappy out here.
There are 1 million camels that roam wildly around Australia's desert. The largest number of purebred camels in the world.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, if you go to the Northern Territory, there are just camels everywhere.
I've never even seen a wild camel.
No, they're mostly in the Northern
How
Territory.
big is Australia? Oh, we already looked at that one, didn't we?
In the Northern Territory. Oh, my nose is
That's
itching.
how big Australia is. Hang on.
I think I'm allergic to dogs. That would
Have
be
you thought
so
the
funny.
US was big? Look at Australia. Boom.
I love
Big,
Australia, I have to say that. I reckon we're a pretty
Well, it
good
would
little
take
country.
29 years to visit every beach.
I would so love to do that.
Australia exports camels to the Middle East.
Oh, that would be so funny.
Oh, God. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I
So that-
actually didn't know that there were camels existing naturally in Australia either.
That's funny because it's supposed to be the other way around.
Yes, right?
But we don't use camels, do we? What do we use
They
camels
do in
for?
the Northern Territory.
We eat them. Isn't camel jerky a thing? Like meat?
Oh, I don't know about that.
It is, yeah. I've seen camel jerky.
Are you sure the brand wasn't camel?
No. It was camel jerky.
Okay.
Definitely.
Interesting.
It must be a tough meat though.
Yeah, I don't imagine it would be
Like
too juicy.
dry and sandy.
But they're full of water.
No. The humps are.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where like the first goon bag came from.
All I can think of is the Alice the Camel song. It's like just going replay over in my
I
head.
don't know Alice the camel from.
What?
No.
Alice the camel has one hump. Alice the camel has one hump. Alice the camel has one hump. So go, Alice, go. And then you clap. And then it goes, Alice the camel has two humps. And you clap twice. Alice the camel has two humps. Alice the camel has two humps. So go, Alice, go. Obviously not that entertaining, but it was when I was a kid.
32 of our favourite subscribers.
Just stuck here listening to me sing Alice the camel.
No, like 10 left.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. There's 42. Your singing is beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
I love it when you sing to the kids.
Do you?
Yeah. I listen to your little voice.
Your camera's in my way. I can't reach my stuff.
Jessica Andrews is back. I was so confused. My internet went down for 5 minutes as well, just after.
Oh, really?
It probably happened worldwide. It's probably a meteorite striking somewhere. We just haven't had a tidal wave or anything yet.
Yeah. Just wait for it. It's coming.
Wait for it, it's going, yeah. Or maybe
Stuck in
Kylie
my
broke the
earpiece.
internet.
I broke the internet. I did it. Oh, the rubbish truck. Right on time.
The wombat deposits square poos.
They do. Did you not know that? So when we were at Strawberry
God.
Island, again, I showed Jet a whole bunch of square poops. And they're, I asked him, do you know what animal these come from? And guess what? He knew.
I did not know that. Square poops.
Yeah, they're the only animal that does it. Oh, mister, you are
You know, I'm
fussy
learning
about your
stuff
face
today. I am actually learning things.
That means you're un-Australian. You should have known them already.
I watched Kylie the Groomer to learn about wombat square poops.
Wombat poops. Hey, you can never know too much.
You can fly from Perth to Melbourne faster than you can fly from one end of Western Australia to the other. And people wouldn't know what that means.
Yes, because Western Australia is this
Pretty
shape.
much half of.
It's almost
Hang
a
on.
third.
I'm going to show them a picture. Don't.
I'm sorry. You don't like my
They can't see the cursor.
explaining things?
They can't see the cursor. So Western Australia is that big. I've just halved it. So
Yeah, that's like Western Australia
that's
there.
Western Australia. That's the whole state. And you can see Perth to Canberra. They didn't put Melbourne on here, even though they mentioned it.
That's funny. So somebody said that it was Dale's guitar that broke the internet.
It was. That was the last thing. Well, I didn't hear him singing. Where were we? Okay.
And someone said to watch out because the camels spit. They do. At my year 5 school camp, I got spat on by a camel and it ruined my whole day. I was very upset. I was offended. I was so offended because I love animals and I was like, "Hi, little camel," and the camel was like.
When I was a kid and I went camping, we went to a dairy farm. And why is it that the farmer, whenever they get milk in a cow,
And a
why do
bunch
they
of kids.
always have to squirt everybody?
Yeah, I know, right? That's,
Why?
Well, I don't know why, but
They just can't help
they can't
themselves,
help
can
themselves. Yeah. Well, they're gonna have some.
they? I reckon it's a worldwide thing.
Yeah.
If you go to a
If
dairy
to
farm, you're going to get milk squirted on you by the dairy farmer.
If you can, why not? Why not? Hey, buddy. No, just calm down.
It must be an unwritten rule. What do people who grow pumpkins throw pumpkins at people or something? Does it go with the field?
No.
Exactly right. It's not necessary. But, so that traumatised me.
I can tell.
That's what I'm
I was going to
saying.
say, you're so upset about this. Like, get over it, dude. Were you the only one that got it?
No, all the kids.
Oh, so you just like super offended by cows.
But he said, "Oh, come here," and I got closer, and then
And then you just go squirty squirt.
yucky milk
Oh
all
my
over my
goodness, did you
jacket, and it was
cry?
cold.
Did you cry?
I was little.
Oh, little pumpkin.
Actually, on that holiday, the camp trip, the
Yes.
thing that scared me the most was the foxhole.
Foxhole?
Because the teachers tell you horror stories about foxes and that.
Well, yeah, they
Not
probably
really
don't want you
bad.
to go into the foxhole. Have you never heard of the dingo stole my baby?
Yeah, that's a dingo though, so that's.
Same. Good boy. I know you don't want to.
Honey420 said her head is filled with random information.
Feel
And we're
free to
filling it
share
with more
away.
random information today.
I only have one fun fact that I like to share with people, and I share the same fun fact every time somebody says, "What's a fun fact?" I'm very unoriginal. And it's that if you put marshmallows in your brown sugar, it doesn't go hard. That's it. That's the most useful fact I've ever learnt in my whole life. Because one of my favourite things to eat is porridge with brown sugar.
They taste really good too when
And
you eat the
it
marshmallows.
has been for my whole life. Porridge with brown sugar has been like my favourite comfort go-to. So when I learned that and my brown sugar wasn't hard anymore, I was so happy.
Oh, okay. Jessica Andrews, I'm really nervous as I'm grooming my first dog tomorrow.
Ooh. That's exciting. Like with somebody training you? Is it your first day of training? Oh man, I didn't sleep the
That's
night
confusing.
before my
She said-
first day.
After 6 and 7 years professionally.
Wait, say again? Are you misreading something?
I'm really nervous as I'm grooming my first dog tomorrow after 6 and 7 years professionally. As I stopped from mental health. Right, okay. There was another part. So she's going back to it.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, good.
That's super exciting. Well, don't be nervous. It's like riding a bike. You just get back in there and you get things done.
Julia Scarvo got squirted on a farm tour in North Carolina. Yeah, they just can't help themselves, can they? The farmers
Aw,
with the
you're a
with
bunch of
the,
babies.
with the bloody cow with the cow boobs, they just can't help it.
Bunch of babies. I can't talk. I'd probably be like, "Excuse me, sir. That's rude." That's what I would say. Oh, imagine if it happened to Jet. Jet's super, he hates to have things on him. He keeps his hands clean and...
Yeah.
Like, if you're eating chicken, he's not one to pick up a chicken leg and eat it with his fingers.
So I went to a dairy farm, well, as an adult,
An adult.
and
yes.
the cows, they're like, "Oh my God, get me on this machine, get this milk out of me." It must.
Yeah,
like-
they I don't know if they enjoy it, but they're happy to get it done.
Though I'd say that they're probably busting. They could probably feel the udders utterly
Well,
exploding, or
I mean,
they've got to get
I've-
on these machines.
I've breastfed 4 children.
Yeah.
And gone to work for the day.
Yeah.
And partway through my day, I've had to go to the bathroom and just get rid of something,
Yeah, right.
some of the milk to.
So these cows were
Comfort
jumping over
myself.
each other to get in line to be first, and
Yeah.
get on these machines, and it was a rotisserie, so the cow would get in one side,
Yeah.
they'd be connected, and it would rotate around,
Yeah.
and then the cow would get off the other side. But by the time they got off the other side, they were all done.
Yeah, right. That's pretty cool.
Really
I've watched quite a bit about the dairy industry.
That was in Melbourne.
Buddy, your breath stinks. Not to say that everybody does it well, but it's definitely progressed, and there are a lot of farmers now that are doing dairy very well in the best way possible they can for the animals. But I mean, that's a touchy topic, so don't know.
So what happens to a cow when it's finished being milked? Do they?
So they do continue to breed them to keep the milking going. That option to milk them.
Yeah, but what about when they're too old and whatever? Do they?
Yeah, so they do get moved on, either for meat or other purposes.
Oh, poor cow.
Yeah, I know.
That would probably be the worst thing.
I think-
being a cow.
I think something to take into consideration. I understand where people come from with the maybe being a vegetarian for the purposes of not wanting to harm animals and that sort of thing.
Well, do you want to talk about our baby mice dilemma last night?
No, not yet. But excluding people who are vegetarian by choice for not wanting to harm animals, people who are meat eaters, I think that it's important that we have people who are doing it responsibly and ethically, so that. What are you laughing
The
at?
comments. CB, they usually go to slaughter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Jessica Andrews, they become a tasty burger.
They do. Yeah, from what I'm seeing, that anyway, the industry is really progressing well, and we need meat. We're meat eaters, so to have it done well and as ethically as possible is important.
Elizabeth Spencer says she's got to go cook her kids' dinner.
Probably a good lumping cow. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you have a good night.
They're having pizza.
Dog food. Yeah. I think lower quality beef would go into dog food. Canned dog food and things like that.
Man, I would not want to be a cow.
Well, so this is what I was trying to say before. You just reminded me.
I want to be a cow.
If a cow was to exist naturally in the wild, their life cycle would be, I think it's something like 5 to 6 years, just off the top of my head, so don't 100% quote me, but it's very short. And they're prone to illness, infection, and other things like that, and without veterinary care, they'll succumb to those problems. And then when they're in the dairy farms, they've got access to veterinary care, antibiotics.
Yeah, they keep them alive to really, really milk them for everything they've got.
Yeah, but they don't just leave. If a cow's sick, they're not just like, oh, well, that one's going to go. They treat it and they look after them.
Yeah.
And a lot of the machines that they use now for milking the cows can actually test them for infections and things like that before it starts the process, before they start milking.
CB says factory farming is killing our planet faster than emissions.
That's probably true, yeah. Definitely.
Sorry to the veggies, yes.
I am a through and through meat eater, so...
Our daughter is a vegetarian.
Miss
Abby.
Abigail,
She's not fond of the idea.
she is not. You put meat on the table and she just gets so upset about it. So I'm trying to find alternatives to make sure she's getting her dietary needs met, but it is not an easy thing to do when nobody else in the house is a vegetarian.
Yeah, it's good. It was good, Jessica. She said a burger. Jessica.
Yes.
She said the tasty burger.
Yeah.
She's still laughing at her comment.
I love it when you say something.
Abby was really upset last night, Mum.
Yes, we've had some issues with mice and we've been seeking them out with the sole purpose of destroying them. Excuse me, cranky pants. And last night we found a nest of wee little pinkies, baby mice.
No, but there were two that were
There were two separate litters of pups. So two that were a bit older, maybe about 3 or 4 weeks old, and some that looked like they were maybe 1 or 2 days old.
Yeah, there was tiny little pink
I think
ones.
there were 7 altogether.
Did you take a photo or no?
I did, but it's on my phone, so we can't access that.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, we were met with the dilemma that we can't just let them live.
I looked at them and my heart melted, and I picked it up and played with them. And
Unfortunately, they're a pest, and they're a pest that are invading our sheds and our house, and our food, and we just cannot allow them to be existing.
but
It's
they were
really
so
frustrating.
cute.
Oh, she was laughing at milking them for everything they have. Yeah, so the dilemma was, how do we ethically end the life of something that was so innocently born a day or two ago and has not really done anything wrong?
They didn't even have their eyes open yet.
And I know that there are live capture traps, but if I release them outside, they're either just going to come back in the house at some point, die of starvation, or become somebody else's problem and get killed at their house. So, yeah, poor Abigail. And like, I don't sugarcoat things for my kids. Life is life, and I think it's important that they experience it as it happens. I mean, I wouldn't go out of my way to find mice and then tell my daughter that I'm going to end their lives. But she was aware of the situation and she was extremely upset.
So Rose Lewis says her dad is allergic to meat protein.
Is that a part of celiac disease, or is that something separate again? But
She said it's a pain because she's got to cook 2 meals every night.
my mum has something similar to that, I think. Oh, mister, you are just all touchy today.
Does he like mushrooms?
Abby?
No,
Oh, her dad.
Rose's dad.
Our Abby doesn't like mushrooms.
Tennessee Granny's here. Hello, Tennessee
Tennessee
Granny.
Granny, hello. Oh my god, you're scaring me. I'm really jumpy, guys. Don't worry about my overreaction.
Tennessee Granny, this is live stream number 2 because the first one was about 2 hours through and then the internet dropped out.
Oh my, did you growl at me? That's so rude. Why are we being touchy about our toes today, mister?
Rodents are vermins, but yes, it is sad. Needs must sometimes. I don't know. They do their part
Yeah.
they do their part, but not in your pantry.
No. So yeah, I was googling it for I swear I spent 2.5 hours trying to find a way to ethically and with as little pain as possible take the lives of these 7 baby mice. Putting them in a container with CO2, but only a specific grade of CO2, is the kindest way to euthanize them. Which obviously I do not have a euthanization chamber readily available
We
because
don't have any CO2 in our back pocket.
yes, I don't have any CO2, and I was reading the research on how they kill laboratory rats and mice, and the researchers said that the way they do it is not ethical now, and they're trying to find new ways to do it, and it was just all out of control. So in the end, should I tell them what I did? Do you guys want to know what I did? The other most ethical way is putting them in a snap trap or
Hitting them on the
hitting
head with
them
a
on the
hammer.
head with a hammer, which there's no
God.
way I could do that ever.
That is so nasty. I don't know.
I
It's
could
too
never
hard.
do it. I mean, we all sat there and we were petting them, and I wrapped them all up so they were warm and dry and whatever.
Everyone's looking at them.
I wasn't being mean to them.
Abby did not like the fact that they were going to have to.
Quick blow dry. Boy.
But so we're only halfway through our Australian facts. We're going to have to
Our
continue.
live stream's finished
We're going to
though.
have to continue on with that next week.
Yep, you have to do things even if you don't want to. That is
Yeah.
true.
Like when you have an unwell chicken.
Husky used to catch mice and didn't hurt them and brought them to you? Yep. With the tail hanging out. You put them in the field next to us. We've done that before. It doesn't stop the... I think because of the flooding we had, there's just an abundance of mice at the moment. And
There was also a plague in New South Wales last
Apollo
year.
looks mighty handsome. I reckon he does.
He smells good. What's that flavour?
His
Coconut.
little nail is bleeding a little bit. He was upset with me. His quicks are very, very long. That makes it super hard to trim those nails back. I'm not going to persist with it today because he's super upset, but the next time I groom him, I will do it before, at the beginning as the first thing I do.
Rose says her dad loves mushrooms and he can eat fish.
Yes.
Celiac is a gluten
Oh,
allergy.
gluten?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to move on to number 31 because 30 is boring.
Well, my next client's going to be here any minute now, and we are finished, my love. That's the end of our live stream for the day.
So a baby kangaroo, when born, is only 2 centimetres long. It would look identical to those little mice.
Yes, they're just wee little peanuts.
Little pink things.
Where's my? There it is.
And apparently there's over 60 different types of kangaroos.
There would, I believe that.
61, because there's a
Jeez,
dead
old.
kangaroo.
Dead
Dead kangaroo, driving South Australia on a sunny afternoon. Kids in the back, yakety yak. Are we there yet? Dad knows soon.
This is a bit of styptic powder, and I really don't use it very often because it's not very often I end up with a nail that's bleeding. But this stops, it like clots whatever it is that's bleeding. So it's not bleeding very much. I've only just caught the tip of it. It's stopped bleeding. There's that one there. I've only just caught the very tip of that quick in there. Can you see the little red spot? Right in the centre there's a little red spot.
Yeah.
But
Does that hurt you?
yes, he was not too impressed with that. So I just dabbed that on there. And
Is that why he snapped at you?
Possibly, yes. He's quick. He's an older boy, obviously. Don't look at it, please. Just leave it alone. And yeah, his quicks are just overgrown. So that happens, sadly. We don't like it to happen. We try to prevent it, but we'll just do your nails next time. He comes regularly enough that it's not going to be detrimental to move on for today and not pester him or upset him.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes you just move on. If I had a dog that I knew was not going to come back for another year, I'd persist, but I see him all the time, so I'm not worried about that.
Someone said put mice in the freezer.
So I read up, I looked at that as an option, and they're very adaptable, and they can live in a freezer below freezing temperatures, living on nothing but your frozen food, and they can continue to breed while they're in there, breeding more freezer-friendly mice.
That is crazy.
You can put them in a plastic bag first in the freezer, but the freezer part of it does not kill them any faster.
So, yeah. No, they just eat all the food that's in your freezer.
So my next client's here. We'll get the next doggy and then we'll come back, alright?
Okay. Just say goodbye properly.
Yes. So do you want to pop a video on and we'll just
Pop a video on.
do a quick swapsy?
What does everyone want to watch?
Oh, can you do the intro video again with all the shorts?
Yeah, okay.
That was really cool. I like that. You're very bouncy. You're very bouncy.
I think he wanted a cuddle.
I am so sad for this dog. It's actually this has got to be the worst we've ever seen.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, Baba. No, we don't need to do growling. She's a little growl. Hey. No, Baba. I know this is not nice. No, thank you. Oh, also, she does smelly nervous fart. Ugh, that's a lot of growling, young lady. No, no, no. Let's stop that. Oh, my word. Okay, stop. You've done like 2 nails. Oh, Jesus. That's so rude. You scared me. Oh. No. No, no. Stop, 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 stop. Oh, there goes another cotton ball. Hey, hey. Yep, the muzzle's definitely off. Okay. Oh, there it is. Oh. 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 Come on. Oh. What do you reckon? How's that?
Okay, Louie, I just want a nice photo of you. Ready? Say cheese. Oh. Woohoo. Hi. Hello. Who's a pretty baby? It's you. So cute. A pretty baby. Oh, all right. That's enough. We'll get you all snuggled up. Thank you for a nice photo. When you just want to take a cute photo of the doggies, and you can't because this guy is woo-wooing, and all you get is this picture of his chin. Woo-woo. So, Mum would like a photo of you. Can we please just get a cute photo? What do you think? Is your brother a goose? Yeah. Say cheese. That's not cheese. Oh, there we go. Say cheese. Okay, that's not cheese. Hi guys, this is Deacon, an adorable cavoodle puppy. He is 8 months old now, and I have 1 minute to explain something to you. People always say that the breeder says you don't need to have a haircut for the first 12 months, and after that, any doodle breeds will only need one haircut a year. And that absolutely might be true under only one set of circumstances. And that is that you brush your dog every single day with a long bristled slicker and a comb, a steel comb that gets all the way to the skin and brushes through without a single tangle. And that you get your dog to the groomer every 6 weeks for a bath, blow dry, brush out, and a sanitary trim of their tummy and bum, and a trim of their feet, little puppy paws and face. Unfortunately, as cute as they are, all poodle crossbreeds are very high maintenance dogs and they require a lot of time. Make sure you take all of that into consideration before purchasing your own. I'm so mad, darling. This is going to hurt her. I actually want to cry. I just want to cry because it's so mean. This is the first time she's been groomed. Her first introduction to grooming is going to be me hurting her.
Same time next week. He says it's an interesting one because she's normally sedated, but the vet cancelled, so I just thought I'd bring her here and see if you can do it. It's okay. Ooh!
I'm putting my arm in.
Oh, God. I helped the doggy and me. Oh, subscriber.
Happy Wednesday! It's hump day! We're halfway there. I hope it's Wednesday. I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday. Anyway, quickly, guess who I've got with me? Or maybe what breed? Ready? It's a border collie. This is Eddie. He's a bit of a timid boy. He doesn't like having a bath, but he was a good boy today. Isn't he beautiful? Hey? Oh, such a squishy face. Look at him. Look at this coat. Hey, we're all done now, and he's waiting to go home. So we thought we'd jump on and say hi. And share these squishy faces with you all. Hope everybody's having a great day. Oh dear. Kingsley and George, what have you been doing since I saw you last? If you haven't seen Kingsley and George's groom, go and have a look at that. And, well, I guess we'll be doing an update video today. Who wants to see the full video? Let me know in the comments and I will get to recording. Wish me luck. You won't believe what I've got. It's a puppy. It's not a tiny puppy. She's a puppy though. Look. Oh, it's a little baby. It's Ruby. Say hi, Ruby. She's a Groodle puppy. She's like 15 weeks old. She is so little for a Groodle. She's not little though. Isn't she adorable? Oh, I love her so much. I really do. Say hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. What a muffin brain. Are we back? Hello,
Yep.
everybody. Sorry. This is the first time I've groomed this doggy.
Hello.
Alfie.
Alfie.
Super cute. I think this lead has had enough of living now. I need to retire it.
So we We're not going to show you Alfie's groom.
No, I had to ask lots of questions though because it's the first time and I like to have happy customers, so that always takes a minute. My dad didn't really know what he wanted either, so. And Alfie's a timid boy.
Surprise him.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, that has to go. Yes, it does. He's just been desexed a couple of weeks ago, so he's had the big E-collar on and that's created quite a bit of matting for him.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. So yes, we're going to do short and tidy today. And then we'll look at more regular grooming so we can maintain a longer coat for him. He's so cute though.
We could get the GoPro and make this one a video.
Oh, you didn't see Kingsley and George? Oh my goodness. I only see them once a year and it's never a fun groom. Good video. Yeah, what else is there?
Yeah.
Alright guys, I reckon that's it. We're going to head off for the day, get some lunch.
Get some
and
delicious kitchen.
lots of you guys are probably going to go to sleep. Thank you so much for coming in and joining us. How do I say that? Sarah with an I? Sarai? Anyways, hello. I think I saw you in Grooming Safer, Susan's live stream the other day. Thank you for joining us. Now, that's it for us. If you haven't given this, well, this is a new live stream, so give this one a thumbs up too.
Give this one a thumbs up.
And if you head back to part 1 that we accidentally got cut off from, give that a thumbs up. Say hi, all the fun things. Thank you so much for joining us. We love you all. Have a fantastic day. Bye.